Have you ever faced a situation where your Vue component just doesn't seem to reflect the changes from the parent? It's frustrating, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into two-way binding in Vue 2.3 and how to make it work seamlessly. I know how annoying it is when your child component doesn't update as expected, especially when you're trying to implement a multiple-choice question. Trust me, you're not alone. This is a common issue many developers encounter. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. One user recently asked, "Why doesn't my child component update when the parent changes the data?" They shared their code setup and expressed their concerns about redundancy and performance. Sound familiar? If so, let's dig into this together and find a solution. So, what could be causing this issue? In Vue, two-way binding can sometimes feel tricky, especially when dealing with props and events. We'll break it down step by step so you can understand how to connect the data between your parent and child components effectively. And don't go anywhere. I've got a pro tip at the end that will help you master two-way binding in Vue and avoid common pitfalls. To achieve true two-way binding in Vue, the user should ensure that the child component reacts to changes in the parent component's data. This can be done by using a watcher in the child component to monitor the answer prop. Next, the user should ensure that the child component emits an event whenever the selected option changes. This will allow the parent component to update its data accordingly. Now, the user should handle the scenario where the parent component updates the user choice. This will ensure that the child component reflects any changes made by the parent. Finally, the user should test the implementation. They can do this by changing the user choice in the parent component and observing if the child component updates the radio buttons accordingly. Did you know? Vue was created by a former Google engineer who wanted to make web development more approachable. And now you're mastering it. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach suggests that the answer.sync modifier can work effectively if you propagate it down to the QRadio component. To clear values, it's recommended to set the answer to an object instead of null, as it needs to be assignable. The user also recommends using a computed property for the answer, which simplifies the data flow. This computed property can get the answer and emit updates, encapsulating the logic more neatly than using a watcher. Here's the pro tip I promised. Always ensure your child components are reactive to prop changes by using watchers. This will save you from unexpected behavior and make your components more robust. And there you have it. Your two-way binding in Vue should be working smoothly now. Remember, keeping your components reactive is key. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button for more tips, and don't miss our bonus pro tip on enhancing your Vue skills.